Hello guys, it's Becca and I am here with sweet little Charlotte today. Look how pretty her is, and y'all know yellow is my favorite color. She has on her little yellow outfit here that has an owl on it, and her so pretty. Her so pretty and snuggly and hugly. She's a hugly little baby. Makes me want to just hug, hug, hug. Yeah, her so sweet. Ah, fear not. Fear not. Zane's right over there waiting for Mama. I just decided not to put him on camera today or on Rockin' with Becca. No promises I won't do another video later and have him on it. But I decided to feature Charlotte today. She's the baby of the day. And so I'm featuring her today and giving her some love. Yeah, we're giving her some love today. Yeah. So, we are going to get right into Rocking with Becca. Just a quick little update on myself. I've had a pretty rough week. I won't go into details, but I've had anxiety attacks and different things take place this week, and I'm trying to pull myself out of the slump. If you notice, I didn't put up a video yesterday. I just didn't feel like I could. I just didn't feel good. I didn't get dressed yesterday. I stayed in my gown all day. And just kind of laid around and tried to recoup. And so this morning, when I got up out of the bed, I didn't even... well, I went, you know, when you first get up, you got to go to the bathroom. TMI, huh? But anyway, I immediately got dressed. Usually I get up, I go get my coffee, I sit there, and I drink a couple of cups of coffee usually, or at least one, but sometimes two, before I ever get dressed. This morning, I immediately got dressed, got my face washed and hair combed and all that, got ready for the day before I ever went in there to drink my coffee. I said this morning when I woke up, I said, I am going to get up and I'm going to do my best to pull myself out of the slumps today. I'm going to get dressed. I'm going to get about my day. And so I've been dizzy for the past several days. I haven't taken my sugar and checked my sugar in quite a while. I feel like why stick myself every day when I don't really ever change the way I eat. I know that's not good. I should do that and change the way I eat, but I don't. And so I got to where I just quit taking my, checking my sugar. But past 2 or 3 days I've been dizzy, and I said I was going to check my sugar. Haven't done it yet. But I said I was going to check it and see if maybe it was extra high. Maybe I'll do that after the video. It'll be a couple of hours since I had ate once I get through with this video. And so I can check it and see, what it's like for 2 hours after, see if it's bad for 2 hours after eating. So I'll do that when I get through with the video and see what it says. I don't know why I've been dizzy, but I have been dizzy, and could just be the anxiety because I have been under, I don't know, my anxiety has just peaked this week. It's just, it seems like it's one thing right after another. It's like I don't get any breaks from things that triggers my anxiety, and it's just been one of those weeks. So, but I said this morning I was getting up and getting on with my day, and I'm going to try to pull myself out of this slump, because I'm the only one that can do it. Not only am I the only one that can do it, I'm the only one that will do it. I mean, my husband does what he does, but there's no one else in my life to... Well, let me rephrase that. Lately, there has been another person in my life, which is a family friend, that has been, talking to me and helping me and supporting me. So, yeah, she has been in my life lately, so I am so thankful for that. But anyway, we're going to get on with Rocking with Becca, and I'm going to give a shout out today to a YouTube channel. It's called Colleen Renee 1, and I will have her link in the description. You can go check her out. She has 518 subscribers. Go over and check her out. She has some beautiful babies. She has some vintage babies, and she just has a very nice channel. So if you haven't subscribed to Colleen Renee 1, go check her out, and maybe she will be a channel you would like to subscribe to and watch. Like I said, she has beautiful babies, and she has a lot of vintage dolls, and she's just a nice channel to watch. So, go check out Colleen Renee 1. And like I said, her link will be in the description. Alright, so we're going to get right into our topic today. I have had this question for quite a while, and I totally apologize because I did not write down who asked me this question. And like I said, I've had it a while because I've kind of been pondering it and trying to figure out, how to answer it. So please, I apologize. I'm sorry for not writing your name down. And it's been, like I said, quite a while. So if you remember leaving me this question, please leave in the comments below that it was you, because I like to give credit where credit's due. And so please leave in the comments that you were the one that asked me this question. If you can remember, because I've had it a while. I'm sorry for that, but I just really... It's not that it's such a bad or difficult question. It's just, I really just didn't know how to put in words to answer it. So, the question is, role play. Why do you find it relaxing? And I really don't know how to put into words why I find it relaxing. Role play to me is, where I play like these babies are real. And I do that. There's some people that are collectors only, and they only fool with their babies when they're changing them for a theme or a tag or something. And then the rest of the time they put them away, in their designated places. And, they sit there. They don't really just hug them or hold them but I interact with my dolls every day. I don't think since I've gotten my dolls that there has been a day went by that I didn't, if there were a day that I didn't do anything with my dolls, I'm sure I could just count it on one hand the times. But I can't recall a day, to just recall a day that I didn't do something with one of my dolls. Uh, I don't I don't know how to explain why it's relaxing. Um, I can be all in, my anxiety all in an uproar. Macy, get on your little bed over here, baby. Come get on your bed. Get on your chair. Get on your beanbag. Get right there. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Stay right there, okay? Mama's doing the video. Lay on your chair. But I can be all, my anxiety all in an uproar, stressed out, just on edge. And I can pick up one of my babies and start hugging on it. And it's like, it may not relieve all of the anxiety. Well, it don't relieve all of the anxiety. But just like right now, just hugging this baby is just like kind of like a soothing, calming feeling comes over me. And I don't know, it don't take it all away, but it does help me in my anxiety and my depression. When I'm depressed and down and out and feel like that there's no one in the world that cares, I can get one of my babies and start changing it and talking to it and hugging it and rocking it. And it's like a soothing calmness. I don't know. I don't know why and how that does that, but it does. And I love role playing. And when I say, I don't change the baby's diapers every day. Some days I decide that I'm going to, and I will change their diapers, 2 or 3 times a day, and play like, that they had, it sounds funny to say play like when you're a grown up. And that's what we veer away from, and we try to find a grown up version way of putting it. And so we use the word role play. But when I have so much anxiety and I am so stressed out, if I can get myself together enough to bring myself in here, get a baby and start talking to it, maybe play like I'm feeding it, or like I'm doing now, rocking it and cuddling it, or changing its diaper, it kind of brings a calmness over me that helps me deal with my anxiety. A lot of people don't understand, most people don't understand that. And even a lot of doll collectors doesn't understand that, reborn doll collectors. Because like I said, there are some that that's what they are collectors. They collect the dolls for the art, and they will participate in themes, like changing it for certain themes. But when they're not changing the baby and doing the video for a theme, then the baby goes into its designated place, and that's where it stays. Well, I have a baby with me all the time. I'm not holding it all the time, but I have a baby in the living room with me at all times. And at night, after we get settled for the night and we're sitting around, we drink our coffee and we're watching videos and stuff, I have a baby there to hug and to snuggle. And most of the time during the day, like I said, I will, in the adult term, role play of changing its clothes or changing its diaper. And I used to not act like I'm feeding them. I only did it whenever I would do a video and I would, do role play on the video. But, since I've gotten Zane, that little boy has been such a comfort to me. I don't know what it is about him. I don't know if it's because he was gifted to me in such an awesome way, and so it brings back, that good feeling that someone gifted. I don't know. Of course, I do love the artist that painted him. I love his painting. I don't know, and I love Mariella, but I love her because that she's the Huxley kid that I've been wanting for so long. And those two babies, although the rest of my babies has brought me great joy also, but those two babies are special. They're special to me. I don't hold Mariella as much as I do Zane because I've wanted a Huxley for so long that I'm scared of messing her up. So, although I do give her more attention now that I have her, I give her more than I give the others because she's pretty much on an every day or every other day basis that I pick her up and do some, hug her and snuggle her. I'm trying not to change her but once a week. And she's pretty much going to be featured on Tuesdays, every Tuesday. I'll have my toddler for Toddler Tuesday, whichever toddler it is for the day for that Tuesday, and then I'll have Mariella, and that for right now that's pretty much the way it's going to be. Every week she will be featured. Now the way I normally do my babies and the way I'm still doing them, although Zane is there every day and Mariella will be there once a week, what I do is I rotate my babies. Kind of to answer another question, and I did not write this question down. I should have. And again, I don't remember who asked me this question, but someone just in a comment asked me, mentioned how many babies I have. I think it was on that video that I showed all of my babies in one video. I think it was on that video. Someone asked me, they mentioned how, all these babies, how do you dust them all? How do you keep up with dusting them all? Well, my babies don't sit up long enough really to get real dusty. I do have a lot. I have a lot of babies. But I do 2 babies a day as my babies of the day. I do a reborn and then one of my others, either an Ashton Drake or Paradise Galleries. Mostly Paradise Galleries because most of my Ashton Drakes are under my toddler category that I show only on Tuesdays for Toddler Tuesday. So I am constantly rotating my babies. A different baby is picked up and changed and snuggled and all that. So, they may be, it takes me a little over a month to get all the way through all of my babies that I interact with. I have some that are on display, that I don't interact with every day. But the ones that I interact with, I rotate them, and having 2 babies a day, it takes me a little over a month to get back to the beginning, of the babies. But the babies of the day are picked up, their hair is combed to get any dust that has settled in it, if they have hair, they're changed, so therefore dust is, by pulling things over their heads and snuggling and hugging them, the dust is removed. If they get to looking or feeling dusty, I will take a damp cloth when it's their day and just wipe them off. Every so often you need to wipe their eyes, their actual eyeballs, because it'll get, dust will collect there, and that's not a place that's really touched a lot. So, I'll just keep every day, the baby of the day, I will just look it over and see what needs to be done. If it needs to be wiped down with a wet cloth, or the eyes cleaned out, or whatever, the hair combed if it has hair, if it's painted hair or bald, if I need to wipe it down with a wet cloth. And that's the way I keep them dusted, by the constant rotation of them, because there's very few that don't get rotated and done something with. The actual baby dolls, like lifelike type dolls that doesn't ever get touched, are in my curio cabinet. So I don't have to dust them but maybe once a year, and then they're not really dusty. Sometimes a little dust can seep through the cracks of the door, but it's very seldom, that they, once a year is all that they need tended to. Now my Cabbage Patch, they don't get rotated, so every so often I will pick them up and move them around, check them, see if they look dusty, and if they do, I'll wipe them off with a cloth or something like that. But my babies doesn't sit long enough to really collect a lot of dust. So that's how I keep all my babies dusted. But back to the role play situation. Since I've gotten Zane, although I already had a Nathan, but he was just from the Kimby company. He wasn't reborn, he wasn't a blank kit that had been reborn. He came from the company itself, Kimby.com. But since I've gotten Zane, not every day, but most every day, I act like I'm feeding him. I act like I burp him. Change his diaper 2 to 3 times a day. Why do I do that? Well, for one thing is, I am a shut-in by choice. Not that I have to be, but by choice. Because of my anxiety, I go nowhere except for to the doctor and to church. And a lot of times I will cancel a doctor's appointment before I get to feeling like, if I cancel this again, they're not going to accept me. And I just have to go because I hate leaving the house. My anxiety, by choice, I stay in the house. I stay at home. And I have no family or friends that come to see me. That's a whole nother story, and it's a long story, and I don't want to talk about it, because that's one thing I'm trying to pull myself out of the slumps today over. But I'm just here, just me, my dolls, my dog Macy, my husband when he's home. And the reason I put it that way, he works on his public job 3 days a week. But the days that he's not working on his public job, my husband is not an inside man. Well, he was raised on a farm that they had to get up right at daybreak and get out, and they worked on, on the farm all day long when it wasn't school time. And when they come in the house and sit down, it was either for a meal, or it was getting close to, it was getting bedtime. Everybody come in and was getting ready for bed. And they went to bed with the chickens just about it, because, they got up so early. They worked on a farm. So he was raised that way all his life. Then when he left home, got old enough to leave home, he worked a public job, and, he did, as a young person, he liked to go out and do things, he'd go to church, he'd, go out to eat with friends or whatever. And then we got married at an early age, and, it was work. He never had the opportunity to just come in and sit in the house. And you'd think, well, that would be a good reason why he would want to, but no. My husband goes crazy if he has to sit in the house very long. He can't handle it. He would rather go out. He's got a little man cave out back. He's got a little air conditioner in it. He'd rather go sit in that than to sit in the house. Why? Because I guess it's his own little domain that nobody else does anything in. But, you know, he don't have any curtains or blinds on the windows, and he's got a chair out there. I think he still has that chair out there. He did have a chair out there. I don't know if he still does. But he'll go out there and sit in his man cave and just he don't stay in it. He mostly goes in it after working around outside, feeding the animals, you know, maybe mowing or whatever he wants to do outside. And he gets tired and it gets so hot in the middle of the day. He'll go get in his man cave and lay back and take him a nap in his man cave. So that's the only time he goes inside and sits inside, even in his man cave, is whenever he's ready to take a nap and take a break from working. Then when he wakes up from his break, he's up and at it again. And so I'm saying all that to say he's inside with me very little, even when he's not working on this public job. He's inside with me very little. So I have had to learn how to make happiness for myself. I've had to learn how to enjoy my own company and do things that makes me happy and keeps me uplifted and keeps me, you know, because if I just sit here and twiddled my thumbs and did nothing, I would go crazy. You know, even though my choice is to stay in the house, I've got to be doing something. If it's not something physical, I've got to either be watching videos or diamond painting or coloring or doing something with my dolls. I've got, you know, I can't just sit here and look at the walls. So interacting with my babies brings a feeling of having somebody to give my love to. I know it's a vinyl doll, and I give my love to Macy, and I give my love to my husband, and I try to give my love to my family through text, as much as will be allowed, as much as they will allow me to, you know, but, you know, interacting with my babies, doing role play with my babies, with my dolls, gives me a sense of having someone to nurture, someone to care for, someone that I can bestow my love on. And I role play like they're giving that love back to me. And so therefore it gives me joy, it gives me peace, it gives me a calmness, it gives me a sense of having someone. And that's why I do role play. That's, if I've put it in a way that you can understand it, you know, everybody's different. And there's some people that has a very active life with people, with individuals, with humans. And like I said, my situation, you know, that's a whole nother story that I don't want to get into. But for some reason, I'm not. I thought I was a people person, but apparently I'm not, because nobody wants to be around me. And this is not just something that's just happened. It's all my life. I have dealt with my family not I don't want to get off on that because I don't want to get to feeling bad. I may choose to talk about that sometime, but not today. I've been in a bad, like I said, I've been really down and really have had a lot of things I have dealt with this week, and today I want happiness. I want peace. I want joy. I want, that's why I jumped up and got dressed and got ready, to get my day started, because today I choose joy. So I refuse to talk about those things that makes me feel bad. Um, Talking about role playing with my dolls is awesome. I love my babies. Oh my goodness. Guys, God is first and foremost in my life. I, you know, I give time to him every day where I come in here. I turn the light off. I have the fan on. I have the blind open where I can see, the beautiful day outside. And I sit here and I talk to Jesus. I talk to my Lord and Savior every day. I give him time just for him. And then all through the day, I talk to him. All as I'm going about my day, I talk to him, and I talk to my dolls. I was saying all that to say he is first and foremost in my life. Then it's my husband, because my husband has been with me through thick and thin. He's he's just a wonderful man. He's just awesome. He's awesome. And he supports me in my doll hobby. He don't have anything to do with the dolls, but he supports me in my doll hobby. He comforts me in my times of anxiety attacks and stress and all the depressions and the crying and all the things that I go through. He's there. He helps me through them. And I love my husband. And then next is my Macy, my dog, my sweet Macy. I have never had a dog like Macy. Macy's right there for me. She's very attentive to me when I'm stressed and when I have anxiety attacks and I'm crying and carrying on. She's right there licking my face, licking the tears, wanting me to know that she cares. And I don't know what I'd do without my Macy. And I've never had a dog. I had a Boston Terrier before her that I had him and he died of old age. I had a Dachshund, Dachshund, whatever you call them, weenie dogs, hot dogs, whatever you call them. I had one of those. I had a miniature Schnauzer. None of those dogs ever did me like Macy. Matter of fact, my other Boston Terrier, if I cried or got upset, he ran. I said he was a typical male. Typical. My husband's not typical. My husband's here for me. But, most of the time, men don't want to be around women that's crying. They leave. And my hubby used to be that way. He has changed tremendously. But it's like they don't know how to deal with it, so they'd rather just get out and leave you alone, let you get over it. And I always said that Ringo, that was my other Boston Terrier, I always said he was a typical male, because if I started crying, he went and got in his pen. He didn't want to be nowhere around me. He was gone. Macy is totally different. She can be in another room. She can be across the room. Whatever. And if I start crying, she is immediately up in my lap, licking my face, trying to comfort me. And I don't know what I'd do without her, guys. Because lately I've been having a lot of crying days. She's awesome. But then after God first, my husband, and then Macy. After that, it's my dolls. That's all I have in my life. That's all I have in my life. Um, so I have to allow my dolls to bring me comfort. I have to allow them to. No, I'm not crazy that I think this is a real baby. No, I know it's a doll, but I allow myself to go into that role play to help me through the feeling of loneliness, of being totally alone, of being um, having no one to, give my love and care and attention to. Um, I'm sorry, my mind started going to something else. I'm so sorry. What some other people would say about that situation. Sorry. Let me get off of that. I don't want to think on those things. But that's why role play is so relaxing and so comforting to me, is because I allow myself to go into a role play like it is a real human being that I'm holding. Not that I think it is. The whole time I'm role playing, I know it's a doll, but it gives me comfort. It gives me a sense of something to bestow my love and care to. And I allow myself to play like, or to act like, or to role play like, however term you want to use it, that they're returning that love, that they're needing me, and that they're returning that love to me. So that's why role play is so relaxing and so comforting to me. And like I said, even some dog collectors that collect reborns don't understand that. But they don't do that. They don't need to do that. They have an active life with actual human beings. They don't need to do that. You know, it's just a hobby for them. They don't need it in the sense of the way that I need it. This is more than just a hobby. It's my life. It's my well-being. It's my therapy. It's my whatever term you want to use there. And I don't know. I love it because that's all I have, and that's what I've chose to use to help me stay sane. And I don't know, it's just, I know this is a doll. I know this is a doll. But I can look at this beautiful face. I can sit here and rock and look at this beautiful face, and it just brings peace and comfort. It just, and I love it. And I don't plan on changing no matter what anyone says about my hobby. People can blow me out about it. They can tell me I'm crazy. They can do whatever they want to do, and all of that has been done to me. But that's okay, because I know what this hobby does for me. And like I said, to me, it's more than a hobby. It's my life. It's my therapy. It's my well-being. And I don't plan on changing that. So I hope I answered your question, and I hope you see this video, and I hope whoever it was that left the question remembers leaving it and will let me know it was you that left it. I'm sorry I didn't write your name down, and I'm sorry I took so long to answer it, but I don't know. I guess I was just trying to find the right way to say it where you could feel, you know, when you read a book, you get involved in that book and you feel, those feelings of that book. You feel what the author portrays it in such a way that when you're reading it, it's like that character. You are that character in that book. Or when you watch a movie, you become involved in it and you get lost in it, and it's like, you're that, either that you're that character or that's someone, you know. I I don't watch TV anymore. I don't watch TV at all because it's gotten so terrible. And I know bad things can come on the internet also, but you seem to be able, in my opinion, you're kind of able to regulate it better when you're watching things on the internet than when you're watching the actual TV. Now, that's my opinion from my experience, but it's been years since I've had a TV, guys. I'm talking about like 40 something years since I've had a TV. So I don't know how they may have it. I think I've heard where you can actually like pause used to, whatever came over the TV, that's what you had to watch. You didn't have any control. It may be different now. I don't know. Because it's been 40 something years since I've had a TV. But I do anything I watch it over the internet. I don't have a TV. I have a computer. And to be honest with you, I do not watch shows. I watch only my dog channels, YouTube channels. I watch craft channels. I watch vloggers that, live people that has actually showing what they're doing in their daily lives. It's not make-believe or show or role play or, role play. Yeah, we do role play, but it's a live actual person doing it. It's not a movie, it's not a make-believe thing. I watch live people, is what I'm trying to say. I do occasionally, around Christmas time, I will watch the Hallmark Christmas movies, for Christmas. But during the rest of the year, I only watch YouTube. Actual live people that's actually showing what they're doing in life, like I'm doing right now. I'm showing you my true me right here on camera. And that's all I watch. And guys, I don't know where I was going with that. I don't know where I was going with that. I don't. I got sidetracked trying to explain to you what I watch, and I forgot where I was going. Maybe it'll pop back in mind. Oh, I hate it when that happens, because I want to tell you what it was I was telling you, but I can't remember. But anyway, I was saying all that to say, I don't know. Oh, that is so aggravating. So aggravating. I could turn the video off and go back and watch it, that part, and find out what I was saying, and then come back on and piece it together, but that is so aggravating, guys. That is age that does that. That's anxiety and stress that does that. And fibro has a hand in that also. Of me just completely losing my train of thought. Of course, people that has nothing wrong with them does that sometimes. It's just human. Sorry, guys. It's just, we get caught up in what we're saying, and what we were trying to get at goes out the door. But anyway, I guess I would go. I'm so sorry. I hate leaving things hanging because I feel like I've just left something hanging. I don't know what I needed to say. I don't know what I was saying, but I feel like something's just left hanging. And I hate that. I hate it. But anyway, I love my babies. I love my babies. I do. And lately, I don't know, along with Zane and Mary, those two are reborns. But lately, I have just fell in love with my Paradise Galleries dolls. I know they're not as realistic as reborns, and even they're not as realistic as some Ashton Drakes. But Paradise Galleries babies, even though they're not as realistic looking, they are so fun to hug because they are so cuddly. They just mold into your body wherever you put them, up on your shoulders, across your chest, if you're holding them down. I mean, they're just awesome. They're just so comforting, and I just love cuddling the Paradise Galleries babies. I guess they're kind of my favorites. Paradise Galleries. Another thing, guys, I'm not going to go into detail here, but I have really been pondering really, really hard on my reborns. And, I have some reborns that I will never get rid of, never. But I'm really wanting to downsize my reborns. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it this way for today. If there's any of my reborns, now not my Paradise Galleries, not my Ashton Drake, not my Canby babies, but if there's any of my reborns that you have seen that you would like to have, or anytime that I show a reborn, if that reborn is one you would, maybe you've been wanting or you would like to have or whatever, ask me about it. Because I would love to cut my reborns down to half the amount I have. Why? Because I have found that I've been enjoying the Paradise Galleries more, and the reborns that I will never get rid of, I want to be able to give them more attention. And I don't like having babies just sitting around not being given attention to. There's very few that like I said, that I have as displays that I don't do anything. And I keep them for a specific reason. So it has to be a specific reason for me to keep them if I'm not interacting with them. So, since there's no time on this video to do it, I have 35 reborns. I would like to cut that in half. So if any of my reborns that you may have had in mind that you would like, ask me about it, and I'll let you know if they're one that I would be willing to get rid of, and we will, work out a deal on it, because I really, really, really would love to cut my reborns in half, where I can give more time to those that I really, really love and will never get rid of. Okay? So, I'm just putting that out there for you. Yeah, I would love to do that. It's something I have pondered, something I have thought on, and that's really what I would love to do. So, like I said, if there's any that you have seen that you would like to have. See if it's one of them that I'm willing to pass on. All right, guys, let me see. Yep, it's a typical Rocking with Becca. Um, but I'm going to go. I'm going to try not to let it hit an hour. Try to keep it under an hour, even if it's 59 minutes. I'm going to try to keep it under an hour. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I hope you have enjoyed this Rocking with Becca. I hope you've enjoyed hearing me talk about why role play is so relaxing and comforting to me. I hope maybe you can understand role play a little better now, with those that needs it. I need it. So I'm going to go. I love you all. If you're not subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button. And if you don't want to ever miss any of my videos, hit this the notification bell, and there it will pop you up on the notification bell, and you won't miss any of my videos. Every time I put up a video, it will show you that I've put one up. And hit that like button, guys, because that helps out YouTube channels. Not just me, every channel you watch. When you watch a video, hit that like button. It helps that channel tremendously for you to do that. And leave a comment. I love reading your comments. I love interacting with you through comments. And so please, I always try to get back to you when you leave a comment. And I try to, comment back. So leave a comment. I would appreciate it. So I'm going to go, or it is going to hit an hour. I'm going to go. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. Love y'all. Bye.